Now we're at the Philbrook Museum of Art. First, we're going to check out a special exhibit, Rembrandt to Monet. This gallery has 50 pieces from famous European artists in 500 years of history. On the scavenger hunt, what job do you think the falcon might have? It's this falcon.
A messenger.
Okay.
Delivering message.
Doesn't this guy look like Washington? It's Thomas Lawrence.
Oh yeah, he does.
But I guess everyone from that time just looks like Washington. We found the lady. It's a lot brighter in real life than in this picture. The second question is, if you could have any pet, what would it be and why? So draw a picture of you with your pet. I wonder what I'll do. I've painted Monet paintings before, and this one's by Monet. I know that because there's so many different strokes of, like little strokes of colors. In this one, it looks like she's posing for a selfie. But they didn't have cameras back then, so yeah. The Philbrook Museum is housed inside this beautiful mansion. There's so many ornate columns and tapestries, and also the glass over there, it's one of those stained glass. Wow. His brain is made of beans, and his right foot is a plunger. Uh-oh, that does not look good.
You can even see his intestines.
We happen to be at this museum during the Women's Living History event, so there will be people in chairs like this portraying artists that are on the plaques.
She made all of her work using like little dowel rods, and then she would just basically loop them together like that, and then she would form sculptures.
So the lady said that at night, since she was a Buddhist, her way of meditation was just to keep coiling these wires around until it made pieces of artwork. And she got her artwork on the US postal stamps. Her thing is that you don't have to have fancy materials to make artwork. You can make artwork out of anything.
I am today as Millicent Patrick. She was the first female creature creators, special effect makeup artists at Universal Studios.
Oh, I would love to break that wall.
So it's definitely about being a female artist and overcoming barriers that women face, especially in the arts. But it's also about challenges we all face in our lives. And how do you break down those walls?
Here's Rosie the Riveter. She inspired women during World War II.
Because the men were off working, fighting in the war, women had to go in and support and work in the factories to make all the parts for the war.
Now we're going down to the dungeon. Insert creepy music. This is Julia Butterfly Hill. She's an environmental activist, and she hung up in a tree for 2 years just to save it. The artist here is Aretha Franklin, and she's the queen of soul.
And soul is a combination of R&B, gospel, and jazz. The album that she won, or I would say sold the most in her entire catalog, was actually the Amazing Grace album, which is a gospel album.
Oh, that one. That one.
So the song, Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound.
This is the most colorful cabin I've ever seen. Wow, there's so many different lights up there, all in different colors of glass. Oh my gosh. It's a fireplace made out of books, but what if the books catch on fire?
It's
like the
infinite
practical
fire.
use of this, I don't know, but it's creative. The stone walls on both sides of this little canal make this remind me of somewhere in Europe. This doesn't look like what I expected of Oklahoma. And that is the Philbrook Museum of Art.
My favorite part was interviewing all the different characters that were dressed up.
I also enjoy the Women's History event, but when you come here, they may or may not have it. So I'd say that just the entire museum in general was cool, especially since it was built in a mansion-looking type of place. Also, the cabin with the stained glass windows and the chimney made out of books, that was my favorite room in this museum. There's a huge diversity of artworks. There's sculptures, there's those traditional Monet type of paintings, and then there's also pottery and stuff from Egyptian times. This museum has everything.